truth can stand. Build your hope on things eternal. Hold to God's unchanging hand. Hold on to His hand, God's unchanging hand. Hold on to His hand, God's unchanging hand. Build your hope on things eternal. Hold to God's unchanging hand. Trust in Him who will not leave you. Whatsoever years may bring, if by earthly friends forsaken, still more closely to Him cling. Hold on to His hand, God's unchanging hand. Hold on to His hand, God's unchanging hand. Build your hope on things eternal. Hold to God's unchanging hand. Covet not the world's vain riches that so rapidly decay. Seek to gain the heavenly treasures, they will never pass away. Hold on to His hand, God's unchanging hand. Hold on to His hand, God's unchanging hand. Build your hope on things eternal. Hold to God's unchanging hand. When your journey is completed, if to God you have been true, fair and bright the home in glory, your enraptured soul will view. Hold on to His hand, God's unchanging hand. Hold on to His hand, God's unchanging hand. Build your hopes on things eternal. Hold to God's unchanging hand. Build your hope on things eternal. Hold to God's unchanging hand. Howdy folks, and a great big welcome to each and every one of you. Well, that old-time gospel song that I just sang for you was composed a long time ago by a lady whose name was Jenny Wilson. She was born in 1856 on an Indiana farm, and her spine was damaged by typhoid fever, so she spent her life in a wheelchair. She composed a lot of really good gospel songs. This one that I just sang was composed in 1905. She passed away at the age of 57 in 1903. And she was called Fanny Crosby of the West, so she was a pretty popular gospel songwriter. So she wrote about holding on to God's hand, as does Psalm 63, starting on verse 7. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. My soul clings to you, your right hand upholds me. That psalm was written by King David. And then the song also talks about don't put your trust in the earthly treasures, and instead store up treasures in heaven. So if we look at Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. This is Jesus talking to His disciples and the crowd of people gathered around Him. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourself treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So great words of encouragement from Jesus. And they're still as valid today as when he spoke them many hundreds of years ago. So I hope you folks enjoyed the old-timey gospel song and a couple of verses that I read. God bless, and we'll see you down the road.